Breaking tonight, Super Hornet down. The search for a lone Navy pilot near a spot popular with spectators.
Debate night in Detroit. The three takeaways after Democrats square off for a second night.
And when words were hard to come by, her singing lifted us all. I can fly higher than an eagle. Those stories in moments, but first, closing the gap.
And it bothers me, obviously, and it should bother the citizens of Norfolk as well.
That's Norfolk's top cop. He says he just needs someone to point the finger so they can bring justice to the family of a little girl who was shot. That's our top story this Wednesday night. Thanks for staying up. I'm Nicole Livas.
And I'm David Allen. It's been 1 week since this scene on East Princess Anne Road. Police tell us the little girl was hit in the stomach and the person who pulled the trigger is still out there. Tonight, detectives were back in that neighborhood. They're trying to get someone, anyone, to tell them who did it.
Madeline Schmidt shows us the new tactic police are using.
A little body with a bullet in it or that's gone through it, that's ridiculous.
Norfolk's police chief,
when you don't speak up, you're condoning the action of those that are doing this.
Didn't hold back. Wednesday evening, detectives canvassed the neighborhoods near East Princess Anne Road and Tidewater Drive for a second time, 1 week after someone shot a 7-year-old girl just feet from her front door.
Kids was out here playing, had a good time, and shots rung off.
Officers returned today, hoping someone will do the right thing.
I need you to knock on these doors and convince folks to give us information. We've had success in doing this before. I believe in you. I believe in what we're doing.
And give up the gunman.
All right, 1, 2, 3, wait! None of these things are mysteries. We just need someone to say, that's the person.
Speaking with neighbors, leaving flyers on cars, and for the first time placing these signs to grab attention.
We're going to be putting those up throughout the community. Of course, your information is anonymous. Nobody will know who provided the information.
In big, bold letters, a crime occurred here, promoting the crime line and a brief description of what happened. Because a family is still stunned, and Chief Boone says the community should be very bothered.
My daughter told me, she said, why did they shoot me? They need to put the guns down. That's just sad for a 7-year-old to say that.
Now that people have had an opportunity to think about it, to pull on their heartstrings sort of bit, perhaps they'd be a bit brave and provide us information that they were reluctant to provide the first time.
And Madeline is following this story from the newsroom tonight. So Madeline, how is little Bernasia doing tonight?
Well, both police and neighbors close to the family say that Bernasia is still in the hospital recovering, but she's doing well. Hopefully, Nicole, she will be headed home soon.
Okay, thank you. And now, if you know anything that can help this family get the justice they deserve, call the crime line. Remember, you don't have to give your name. You'll never be asked to testify, and you could earn a reward.
We are tracking some severe weather moving through the area tonight. A severe thunderstorm warning was just issued for parts of North Carolina. Meteorologist Evan Stewart is watching this one very closely. Evan.
That's right, David. We're watching this thunderstorm that's popped up. We've been seeing these thunderstorms off and on throughout the evening, and now we have that severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for parts of northeastern North Carolina. You can see this whole line that was working its way towards the south and east of the evening. We had some warnings up around Accomack County a little bit earlier this evening, and now it's this part of the storm that we're watching closely right now. That warning is in effect until 11:45. It includes Chowan, Pasquotank, and Perquimans County. This storm is moving to the southeast at around 20 miles per hour. You can see areas from around Center Hill towards Belvedere, Parkville, Hertford. You're about to get that heavy rain as it works its way again towards the southeast. We'll zoom in a little bit more. Nicanor over towards Parkville, New Hope proper. You're going to get that heavy rain here coming up, and it might even make its way over towards Elizabeth City. Tracking it to the southeast at around 20 miles per hour. That brings it near Hertford around 11:14, Elizabeth City 11:21, Nixonton 11:33, and Jaycox around 11:44. Now when I come back, I'll talk about more showers and thunderstorms in the extended forecast and a drop in temperatures.
We're also tracking the tropics tonight. X marks the spot on the right side of your screen right there. That could become the next named storm, Chantal. Evan will be back with that at 11:17. Let's update here the breaking news we brought you this afternoon. The pilot of the Super Hornet that went down in California still has not been found. Search and rescue operations are underway near Death Valley National Park. The jet took off from NAS Lemoore. this morning and crashed near what the locals call Star Wars Canyon. People from all over come here to watch pilots fly through this narrow cut. 7 people on the ground, all French tourists were hurt. They are expected to be okay.
Here are 3 big stories that developed since you got home from work. First up, an alert from Newport News Police. They say someone's going door to door pretending to be a contractor for the waterworks. Could be a case of fraud here. The waterworks says they are not sending anyone in the field. Some good news to share out of Pasquotank County. Deputies say Jacob Henderson is back home safely. They were searching for the 20-year-old man after he vanished over the weekend. And doctors are still treating the person badly hurt in this wreck in Norfolk. It happened just after noon on First View Street. Doctors describe the injuries as life-threatening. Police are still trying to piece together how this crash happened.
Let's talk here about the Democratic presidential debate. Night 2 was a lot like night 1. These 10 candidates all trying to get a word in. Well, you watched it, so we'll only take about 30 seconds of your time to talk about it. Here's what you need to know. Healthcare dominated much of the first hour, and it didn't take long for former Vice President Joe Biden and Senator Kamala Harris to take shots at each other.
The vice president has still failed to acknowledge that it was wrong to take the position that he took at that time.
Barack Obama knew exactly who I was. He had 10 lawyers do a background check on everything about me on civil rights and civil liberties, and he chose me, and he said it was the best decision.
Or we have a full recap posted on 13newsnow.com. And by the way, the Verify team is putting in some overtime tonight. They're fact-checking tonight's claims. Look for that tomorrow morning on Daybreak.
We're always helping you manage your money. So when the news came down today that the Fed is cutting interest rates, we went to work to find out what it means for your bottom line. First off, your 401k took a small hit today. Stocks finished slightly lower in response. Other than that, you're not going to see much of an impact. It's a small cut, and those in the know saw it coming. Because of that, the lower rate was already factored into auto loans and mortgages. The winner here? People with credit card debt. The agreement you signed when you got your card might lower your interest rate automatically. If not, it might be worth a phone call to see if they will lower your rates.
Think back to when you were 17 years old. What were you doing? Probably worried about applying to colleges, thinking of who you'd take to prom. Maybe making those perfect summer memories before school starts again. Well, that's not the case for Hannah Getz. We told you about the serious health challenges she's fighting right now, but tonight, the small town she considers like a home is rallying behind her. Janu Her has the story you'll see only on 13 News Now.
Thank you.
Right from the beginning.
I will go get the jar and then put it on there.
Even before setup was finished, people started pouring into the Windsor Dairy Queen. Following Jennifer Stepp's lead,
You can just put the sign up.
customers knew what to do to show the hope for Hannah.
So anybody who comes in to buy a meal, we're just collecting the receipts. We have donation jars that's going to be passed around.
All of that help is going to Hannah Getz and her family. The 17-year-old from Isle of Wight recently got a double lung transplant in Northern Virginia. This was needed after she got pneumonia. Christy Buggs
Hannah's a very energetic, fun-loving young lady.
used to work at Windsor Elementary School with Hannah's mother, and like so many others, wanted to support the family.
I want Hannah to know that despite whatever she may feel like, there's so many people who are counting on her to continue to be strong because she is strong.
I couldn't imagine my kid going through it, so I just hope the best for her. Pray that she gets 100% better.
The part that amazes Jennifer, though, is that there were plenty of people who showed up who have never even met Hannah.
What I found out is, as small as it is, the community is just extremely supportive. You would think it has the support of a large city.
From Anytime Fitness, which helped organize the fundraiser, to the multiple people who showed up to give Hannah and her family hope, Jennifer knows this paints a picture of Windsor.
She's loved and she's appreciated.
That's worth more than 1,000 words.
Good stuff. To know if people missed that fundraiser, how can they still help?
Well, this was just one opportunity, and just a quick update that we got not long ago. The group there raised $3,000 in just the cash donations alone. So that was quick. That was just 3 hours. But again, this is just one opportunity to donate. There is also a GoFundMe page set up. So if anyone's interested in donating, we have a link to that on 13newsnow.com. repino.com. And also an update on Hannah. She is recovering from surgery, and she's in Northern Virginia with her family, and they're expected to be there for a couple months while she recovers. So.
Well, we sure will.
Definitely.
Thanks. When things prove to be too much. Her voice guided us through Virginia Beach's darkest hour.
Know what it is like to lose someone so suddenly and way too early.
Tonight she shares why she used her gift to help us heal.
Back now with a story that's all new tonight. It's been said that music speaks louder than words. It can comfort us when things are too overwhelming to put into words.
That was the journey Pamela Tanner took us on at the memorial service for the mass shooting victims in Virginia Beach. Her singing, pointing the city to brighter days ahead.
Give them everything you've got.
I felt like you did. I felt like you did.
I felt like it too. I did. I really did.
Yeah, I mean, it was the presence of that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Pamela and her husband have founded an organization that lets special needs kids experience the joy of music. It's called Ravens Way Foundation. I'll link it to my story on 13newsnow.com.
Beautiful voice, beautiful story. Let's get a check now of your certified most accurate forecast. A severe thunderstorm warning in effect for parts of northeastern North Carolina right now. So, Evan, what do we have going on here?
Well, we have this line of thunderstorms that moved through, and they really intensified right as they got over the Chesapeake Bay, pushed through south side. Now they're really working into northeastern North Carolina. That's where we have that severe thunderstorm warning until 11.